Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about why screens are broken in NBA 2K21, and it's not exactly what you probably expected from the title. So, a lot of people are thinking that it's probably me talking about how OP they are. What it's actually talking about is this right here, the screen glitch, where you change your matchup to where me as the big man, I'm switching my arrow onto the ball handler, and just like that, the big man is facing me while trying to screen my teammate, and this is what we're here to talk about. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. Let's try these 1 to 1.5k likes in the first 24 hours. So the clip that you just saw right there is the only part of this video that you're going to see my team do that, but what you're going to see in this gameplay is our opponent doing it about 80 to 90% of the time, and you're going to see how ugly and awful pick and roll is when the arrows are completely switched from the big man. Now, for the lineup intros, you can see that play shot, prim lock, paint beats, triple P's. You guys know the deal. We have something a little bit different, barely different. I mean, you guys know the variety in this game. Anyway, play shot, prim lock, two-way finisher instead of the paint beast, just a little bit shorter and a little bit less strength and weight, and that does factor into my screens. I do want to mention that I am smaller and I do have a little bit less strength as well. I don't think the strength matters that much, but I definitely think the size of your player mold and your like hitbox, so to say, it definitely matters for the screens. Now, you're gonna see on this first play right here, everything was working perfectly fine. Like, I'm over here actually facing my defender. This is just me struggling to get my point guard open. This is just straight up, like, you know, bumping into each other and all that stuff. Then he gets the accidental fade, secure the box out. And I just want to clarify, not every part of this video is going to be me talking about the screen glitch, but it's definitely a major portion of when we're on offense. But this possession right here is just us straight up struggling. So you can see they get the steal after all our struggles on offense. And because of how ugly this gameplay is, what I'm going to do is just cut out the portions of the video that don't really talk to the whole point of my video right here, because this is just for you guys to see what I'm talking about. But anyway, look at this. I'm facing the big man, right? And everybody's response to this whenever I make this video, because I've complained about this for 3 years straight, and 2K's never heard me on this. They've never really been able to either listen and change, or they've never even heard this in the first place and they've never seen it in my videos. But I've complained about this 3 years straight. A lot of people, they say, oh, just turn off your arrows, it'll fix it. Guys, I'm on offense, bro. It doesn't matter about the arrows or anything like that. They're switching their arrows, so if anything, them having their arrows on is what's making this work. The big man is flicking down on his right stick to have his arrows on kitchen, and then the lockdown has his arrow on me. So what I'm trying to establish to you guys is that the game thinks the on-ball defender in this situation is the big man, so it's got me trying to screen the big man. But really, the on-ball defender is the dude in the purple jazz shorts, right? And I'm trying to set a pick on him because that's the person I'm trying to stop from defending my point guard and get him open. But that's just not how this works. Fortunately, point guards are super fast in this game, so he's able to kind of provide for himself. Gets the wide open shot right there, misses, but I'm able to track down the rebound. Again, we're going to try to put this big man in the ISO because it's going to be really hard to run these screens. Plus, what's the point of me setting the screens on the big man when now just let them get the matchup that they want back? So then I just kind of go out here, do my own thing, aside from the point. Anyway, I want you guys to understand fully, all right? And I'm going to say this once and for all, and I hope there's not anybody stupid enough in the comments this time. Clearly, it's not about me turning off my arrow, okay? I'm on offense. I hope people understand that. But anyway, this one right here is when their arrows were actually facing the right way, where the on-ball defender was guarding kitchen, and on top of that was the point guard instead of lockdown too. So that's all accounted for as well. But sometimes the arrows are going to switch between the lockdown and the point guard. As a lot of you guys who play the stage and stuff like that, or even just play with a communicative team where you have your point guard able to sit corner on defense and your lockdown on ball, you guys know the deal. Sometimes the game's going to think that I'm trying to screen the guy in the corner, which is even worse, man, and it's even more likely too because the point guard and the lockdown typically switch their arrows. But man, this is just so tough. The only way that I can even get an efficient screen is to run directly into my screen, and you guys know the deal if you're a big man in this game. The sliding on screens is awful when you're trying to move into them. You have to pretty much like stand still, and even when you stand still, if you try to move in the slightest, you are sliding like crazy. And it's really an awful experience, to be completely honest with you guys. Now, why am I making this video? Like everything broken in 2K21, I'm trying to shine light on the things that are broken, so hopefully in one day they actually see one of my videos and they actually fix this stuff. And a lot of people with my video yesterday, the dribble move that will break NBA 2K21, so many people are so irritated about that, right, that I even made the video on it. But when nobody makes the videos on it, it's all just word of mouth that gets around for everybody, and nobody talks about it, nobody even knows about it, and it's just a couple dominant people who can just sit here and use this thing and completely abuse it, right? And honestly, man, I almost feel like it's my duty as a YouTuber to like point out the BS in the game, right? But even at the same time, I don't even have the platform where 2K even watches my videos or like listens to anything I have to say. And I feel like I be out here talking a lot of good sense. Like, yo, why am I out here facing the big man on these screens, right? And I know a lot of people, you're watching this video, you're like, oh, you deserve it. This is what you get for running screens. As you can see, nice, solid big body right there where I'm actually able to screen my matchup, even though Kitchen, you know, shoots it right in the big man's face. But regardless, the whole point of this is that it's so whack that I'm not able to actually set the pick on the person that I'm trying to get open as far as like screening for my point guard. So anyway, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can see on this one, it's not working at all, but fortunately they're just completely sagging off the corner. Dope gets wide open for 3. And I don't want to stretch this video out too long. We're not going to show the entire gameplay, but real quick, you can see Dope gets hit with a slight screen right there where I feel like I have to step out just far enough to where the point guard doesn't get a 3 off. Granted, he is cold, so I probably didn't have to worry about that too much in the first place. And then look at this, man. So this is the sliding, right? Now this is where the arrows are proper. I'm actually able to face the lockdown as far as setting the screens. But look at the sliding in this game with the screens. Like, look at me. It's like I'm ice skating out here. I'm over here floating around. And it really just makes no sense at all, man. But either way, I do understand, you know, the people who are talking about like, oh, when you run screens, you deserve it for this to like, you know, be so whack. And look, I'm gonna put it like this. I understand that a lot of people think that screens are super OP. The fact of the matter is, it's part of the game. It's part of basketball. It's part of 2K. It always has been part of 2K. And really, when it comes to threes and stuff like that, it's just part of the game. Look at me sliding around still. And honestly, what I do like about the pick and roll game, as far as defending it and running it on offense, it requires a whole lot more team chemistry and actual teamwork and working together. Like, the fact that that big man is literally just camping in the paint all game. And granted, I'm not saying he's doing a bad thing for doing it, because I mean, if we're struggling to get people open on screens like we are in this game, I wouldn't blame anybody for camping paint. It's like awful what this is done in this game. But I understand. I came here to talk about how broken this little screen glitch is, but I do want to talk just on screens just in general for the people who came for the title of expecting that I was going to talk about how overpowered they are when I say how broken screens are in 2K21. But the fact of the matter is, I just don't think it's that bad. I mean, a lot of people talk about like, oh, pick dodger is broken. I can't even get through these screens. If y'all play the proper defense like Dope is in this game right here, it's really no problem at all. And I understand not everybody's good at the game, but you can't just not be good at the game and then complain that it's too hard. That is just not how this stuff works. I'm so tired of the people who think they're entitled to a competitive game where it just fits every single person who hops on this thing. I understand a lot of y'all probably run the PLAYSHARP and stuff, and you're banging the whites and you're able to dribble like it's the easiest thing in the world. But look at that. I mean, that's good teamwork and good team chemistry and stuff like that. And granted, we do give up the dunk, but either way, we're patching up the three-pointers perfectly. We're playing great communication and teamwork as far as our defense goes. And when the pick and roll stuff on offense works, I mean, these people who just can't paint all day and just hope that the point guard can't shoot, it's the worst defense ever. And you know what? I want to run this whole possession back real quick so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. This is the actual embodiment of like the whole problem that it is right here. So first screen, facing the wrong way. Second screen, facing the wrong way. Third screen, I'm facing all the way backwards to half court. Fourth screen, I'm finally facing the right way, but even at that, it's still like not even effective enough. Fifth screen, facing the big man still. Sixth screen, completely just facing the wrong way. Even at that, boom, shot clock. Over, right? And you're thinking like, oh, well, that must mean your point guard sucks. He can't hang on his own as far as like, you know, not using screens. Well, he's planning on using them. I hate to break it to a lot of you guys too, but PLAYSHARP ISO has got to be the easiest thing in this game too. And I'm gonna offend a whole lot of people with the way that I'm talking with this stuff, because again, I know the typical mindset behind the whole screen game, right? It's like, oh, it takes no skill, it's the easiest thing in the game, no communication, no IQ, you don't need to do anything to be good at screens in 2K21, right? And go ahead and think whatever you want. And with this video, man, I'm here to just speak the truth. A lot of people, they're so entitled on defense. They think if they just make a lockdown build, they're going to be a great defender. It takes no skill. I hate to break it to a lot of you guys, but there's definitely a skill gap on defense in this game. Whether it comes to defending screens, defending ISO, defending anything. There is so much of a skill gap on defense in this game. And people hate to admit it. They absolutely hate it, and they hate that it's even a thing. Like I said, they all just make a lockdown build or something, even a two-way sharp, right? They just make a two-way sharp and expect they're going to lock everybody up like Dope is right here with the poke. Every single possession. They're thinking if they're a lockdown, they should be getting a steal, they should be getting bumps, they should be getting clamps at all times. Doesn't matter. First day on the game, they should be a clamp god. Not have to learn anything on defense with mechanics, with actually getting through screens, what badges they need, actually having to have things like 99 lateral quickness to be a clamp god or have Hall of Fame pick dodger, anything like that. My whole point is, everybody thinks they're so entitled to playing great defense when it really comes down to, do you have a good defensive build? Are you good on the sticks on defense? And I'm talking good on the sticks. Like, a lot of people, they would never compare to any of these stage locks. And that's how it should be. But again, a lot of people, they just go into this with the thought of it being a casual game, which I can completely understand, and I completely agree with you guys as far as there should be something that's more enjoyable for the people out there who aren't as competitive. So to end this video, I know I've been on a major rant right here, but I feel like it's extremely justified, and I just want to clarify some things. So, we've already talked about the screen glitch, right? That is a problem, 2K, you need to fix that ASAP. Stop making it so it's arrow dependent on who I'm screening and who I'm not. If I'm moving in a certain direction, I should be facing that way when I screen, or add in some right stick mechanic to where I can like actually twist and turn and choose which way I want to screen. It would make it for a lot of these casuals or people who want to emulate real ball, where they could actually set off ball screens toward the corner or toward the wing, down screen, up screen, like I'm talking all different types of things. Screen somebody from the corner to the wing, somebody from the wing to the corner. It would allow for so much more variety. But then again, we're here to talk about as well as far as like people defending screens or defending ISO or just defense in general. Again, I want to say everybody is so entitled and they think they should just be playing dominant defense no matter their build. The fact of the matter is, a lot of you guys, you have PLAYSHARPs out here and you're complaining about getting through screens. A lot of you guys, you play with bigs that are like 7 feet tall or higher and they just sit in the paint all day and don't even help you. That's the problem you're facing in the first place. So don't sit here and point fingers at the game for how bad the defense is, when really it's about your build, your stick, your teammate's build, and his stick. A lot of times these people are just so bad at pick and roll defense, paint defense, perimeter defense, ISO defense, all types of stuff, and they just sit here and blame the game endlessly. Adapt, man, figure it out. I mean, I understand, don't be wrong, the sliding on defense is awful in this game, but it is definitely able to be overcome. You can't just sit here and act like defense is literally impossible to play in the game. Anyway, you can see the final box score. We had 6 steals. Their point guard literally had 0 points, and they ended up with 6 turnovers over the whole course of the game. They only had 1 3-pointer all game. And even at the fact that we couldn't even screen properly, we still beat them 22-13. And again, I understand we have a lot higher skill set than a lot of the people who are just the casuals and don't really care to sweat on this game. I'm a major sweat, all right? I know a lot of people see the way that I play where it's just, oh, he doesn't even shoot. He doesn't even do anything on offense besides set screens. What could he possibly be doing? And how skill-based is that? The real ones know, alright? That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, it's off the video. This is a very toxic rant, but I feel like this is much needed. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Like I said, let's try to get 1 to 1.5k likes in the first 24 hours. If you made it to the end of the video, put defense in the comments to show support you made all the way through. And other than that, hope you enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.